Hey, what's up guys? Sean Nalawani of EliteImpactLabs.com here, and in today's video lesson I want to talk a little bit about high-intensity interval training-based cardio versus traditional slow-paced, long-duration cardio in terms of their effects on overall fat loss and lean body mass. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar, high-intensity interval training workouts are a style of cardio where the trainee basically alternates between periods of high and low intensity throughout the duration of the session. For example, you could do 60 seconds of high intensity followed by 60 seconds of low intensity, or 15 seconds high intensity followed by 30 seconds high intensity, etc. There are plenty of ways that the intervals can be structured, but the basic idea is to train hard and explosively for short bursts followed by a period of rest, and then repeating it for anywhere from as few as 5 minutes up to probably a maximum of about 20 minutes. But which form of cardio is superior for overall fat loss? Low intensity sessions in the range of 45 to 60 minutes, or high intensity interval sessions in the 5 to 20 minute range? Now, for years we've been told that we should be performing our cardio in a steady state where oxygen supply meets oxygen demand. And the reason for this recommendation is because of the way that the body's energy systems work. When you exercise at a steady, low-intensity pace, fat becomes the body's preferred source of energy. In comparison, high-intensity bouts of training performed intermittently will mainly use carbohydrates for fuel. So given this information, it would seem logical that the traditional 45 to 60 minute brisk walks on the treadmill are the best way to maximize overall fat loss. But if you take a look at the bigger picture, you'll actually find that this is not quite the case. And the reason for this is that although long-duration slow-paced cardio burns a greater percentage of body fat during the actual session, high-intensity interval-based cardio burns a greater amount of total body fat lasting well beyond the initial exercise. When you train at a high level of intensity, you create an oxygen deficit within your body, and your body is then forced to burn additional calories for several hours afterwards in order to correct that deficit. Now, this is known as excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, or EPOC for short. Now, does this actually translate to a significant amount of additional fat loss in comparison to slow-paced cardio? Well, over short periods of time, the difference is negligible. But fat loss is a gradual process to begin with, so this really doesn't come as any surprise. When you take a look at the long-term effects of high-intensity interval cardio versus slow-paced cardio, then the differences start to become more noteworthy. One study, which I'll link in the description box below, actually found that over a period of 20 weeks, trainees performing high-intensity cardio burned up to 9 times more fat than a group doing the regular low-intensity variation. And not only that, but the group performing the high-intensity cardio also retained a greater percentage of their lean body mass as well. So if your goal is to lose body fat while maintaining your hard-earned muscle, this is the exact effect that you want to strive for. Now, does this mean that high-intensity cardio should be used as a complete replacement for traditional slow-paced cardio? No, that's not necessarily what I'm saying. All I'm really pointing out here is that in a direct head-to-head comparison, high-intensity interval training burns more fat and spares more muscle than low-intensity cardio does. However, this comes at a price. High-intensity cardio is more effective, but it's also more taxing on your body as a whole. So, depending on your individual recovery ability, executing a full weight training plan alongside several high-intensity cardio workouts per week might simply be too much to recover from. And this is where low-intensity cardio can be used to help you strike a good overall balance. It may not be as potent a fat burner as high-intensity cardio is, but it's certainly still effective, and it can help you burn through a few additional calories without overtraining yourself. For most people following a fat loss program, a mix of high-intensity cardio and low-intensity cardio is probably going to be ideal. For example, 1 to 2 high-intensity interval training workouts per week and 1 to 2 low-intensity sessions per week combined with your overall weight training plan. The best thing is to just play around with it and see what works best for you as an individual. So, I hope you found this information useful. If you did like the video, please make sure to leave a comment, subscribe to stay up to date on future videos, and hit the like button below to get your free 28-day mass building plan, which includes a free workout, meal plan, and supplement guide. Make sure to click the link in the description box to download that from EliteImpactLabs.com, and make sure to join the Elite Impact Labs Facebook page, where we do free supplement giveaways every Thursday night. Thanks again for watching this video, and I'll talk to you again soon with more free tips.